Well, we are talking about tackling a very difficult issue, the issue of homelessness. That's what the Sleepless in San Diego event accomplished. San Diego Rescue Mission is putting on the event for the 12th year. Here to tell us more about this year's event is the CEO of the San Diego Rescue Mission, Donnie D, and Allegra View, the marketing and events coordinator of the San Diego Rescue Mission. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
It's good to see you. We've talked about it many times. Donnie, you've been on the show many times talking about really addressing the homeless issue here in San Diego, which has grown, unfortunately. And this is 12 years running, and it's a wonderful event that the family together can enjoy, but more importantly, understand what it's like to be homeless.
Yeah, that's the primary purpose of this event. I've been in this role for 2 years, and it's one of the things that I was pretty excited about when I heard about this event for our community to create awareness around homelessness. And we just decided to continue on with it and have hired and staffed to it this past year. I brought Allegra in from Oklahoma to oversee this event and give it some full-time attention, because we think it's one of the best things that we do is having kids and families sleep outside for a night, have the opportunity to hear from people who've experienced homelessness and try to understand the issue a little bit better and what they can do about it.
Right, and we're seeing some video of the event years past, and we can see the kids actually being involved, putting together some of these cardboard cities, as we call them, just so they can experience what that's like. Right? I mean, that's the whole message.
Well, I think there's a perception on the streets about what homelessness is and what it is not. And for me, I think my perception was all wrong. Most of the people living on the streets don't want to be on the streets. They're just not sure what to do about it. They lack the resources and the relationships to change their situation. And so part of what we're trying to do is to create some awareness around this is a real life struggle. These are people just like you and me. Their stories just like yours and my story. And maybe through an evening together where we can highlight that, people will walk away with a little better understanding next time they see somebody experiencing homelessness.
Right. And Allegra, as Donnie mentioned, you're relatively new to this event. 12 years running now. What's changing this year? What might be different that people can look forward to?
Well, this year we really wanted to be an entertaining event that would bring families out and try to tackle a difficult issue. It's not a poverty simulation by any means. There's a concert. We have an America's Got Talent finalist coming, Michael Ketterer from last season, who's adopted 5 kids from the foster care system, most of whom were living on the streets themselves, and he'll be sharing his story as well. I would say we have In-N-Out is bringing in food. We'll have the truck there, so everyone that comes
that always brings a smile.
But we really just want to get the message out that homeless lives matter, and how can we impactfully attack the issue together.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the details. There is a cost, relatively small, associated with the event, but it's important to mention the San Diego Rescue Mission doesn't get government funding like a lot of the other organizations that work to
We
tackle
don't. We're a faith-based organization, so we feel like that's what's most important, is having the opportunity to explain to those that come to us about a relationship with God and how important church is, and that you're still loved and He still cares for you. And so we don't take government funding because we don't want to give that up. We feel like that's what distinguishes us and allows us to be successful.
So for people who are coming out, they need to sign up ahead of time, sign up the family. I believe it's $25.
$25 for adults.
For adults, okay.
For youth, it's $15, and it's free for 5 and under.
Okay, and so this is an overnight,
all night
long, Saturday and Sunday. And to sign up ahead of time, can you show up at the event if you want to? How does that work?
Yes, you can, but you can sign up ahead of time at sleeplesssandiego.org.
Okay, well, we certainly, and I should mention that the hygiene packet, I know you brought that, so let's quickly talk about that, Donnie.
One of the things we've been doing is handing these out. These are mostly for our donors and our volunteers to keep in their car when they see somebody that is experiencing homelessness. Give this out. What we have learned is that the biggest obstacle for somebody living on the streets to overcome is not drugs and alcohol. It's not getting a job or finding a place to live. It's shame. They're embarrassed. They're humiliated. They're dealing with so much stuff internally that they're not quite sure if they can take a step. And so when we engage them, stop looking past them, stop walking past them, and say your name, ask them their name, and say here's something that might be of help, and an organization on the front. I see you with all of our information. that might be able to get you off the streets. We think that's a solution.
And so people at the event will actually be helping to put these together,
That's
these
correct.
kits together. to
That's
hand
correct.
out.
We have all the ingredients on the inside and all the things we put on the inside and in the bags, and the kids will actually put these together so that throughout the rest of the year we can hand these out with our volunteers and donors.
Well, it's wonderful what you're doing.
Thank
you
you.
both for what you do and for being here this morning to help spread some awareness. Good
Thank
luck
you.
at the event this
You bet.
weekend.
Thank you.
Well, Hurricane